Okay, welcome to the show here. I messed up my settings or something, and so what is supposed to be on a different thing is going to be on this thing, so I don't know if I can delete this other one. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see. I think I can, if I hit this. Maybe not. So I'm trying to just, hey, there we go. It's good now. Good to go. So I guess I didn't have my settings right with my adapter to hook up this program, this app with the live stream that I had planned. So I'm going to have to work out those details in the future. But here we are with the final round. It stinks because the link that is on the Facebook page is going to point somebody into the wrong place. So I don't know if I can fix that or not. If anybody wants to paste the link to this one, I would appreciate that, because it's kind of tough to do when I'm in the midst of getting something underway here. So where are we? Gareth Leonard, John Hudspeth are at -11. They lead the tournament with. They have their back nine. They have 8 holes left to go. Yun Lee Song, Heath Sommer started. Yun Lee Song in the lead. Heath Sommer's one back, and they have pretty much treaded water. Tread water. I don't think treaded is a word, but they tread water. Sommers did, at least. Yun Lee Song shot 2 over on the front, so he's got some work to do if he wants to get back into this. He's behind by 5. So, hi Mark. So I'm going to get this turned around. Again, I kind of wish I had a way to do a little bit of an update in the play forum, because I posted a link over there, and people are, if anybody wants to come over here, that's debatable. They may not find it. So anyway, so where are we? And where we are is we also have an emerging contender. Samson Tucker finished out, as we finished out our last part of this broadcast. We did the emerging contender roll, and Samson Tucker emerged as being 2 strokes behind the leaders here at -9. So he will play 16, 17, 18. And probably the best thing that could happen to him right now would be a white 6 roll. Because he has no blue chips. If he could get at least 1 blue chip, that would maybe help carry him over here as things move along. But let's get going here with Samson Tucker on the 16th. Let's give you a look here in at number 16. A little stuff in my throat here. Semi-daunting, semi-challenging, very tough finishing holes here at Avian Wood. 5 degrees of course control, 508 yards. You got some water to deal with in the upper left quadrant of these. So let's see what happens here with Tucker. And 13, he avoids the water, but he's going to hit it into the trees with his second shot, and so his approach is errant. And a green 6 is going to make it even worse. He is not a master. If you want to see his card here, get a better look at it. Good woods, pretty good iron except for that semi-stone, and then his recovery is semi-workman. Other than that, a pretty sweet card, but he's not a master. And so he's going to have a double difficult putt for par, which is immediately going to put him behind the 8 ball. And he is going to lag. I do a lag roll here, so the lag roll is I roll 2 D6s and the decider die, and if it's 1s and a decider die, he makes double difficult. 1s without the decider die gets a gimme. But so that will just be from, and otherwise it's easy unless there's 6s, and we'll talk about that later if we get 6s on that roll. But that's going to be an easy bogey putt, and he immediately finds himself losing ground after a pretty good back nine, start of the back nine here got him closer. Hi, Steve. I sure hope it's a fun finale. We've got a lot of out of contention golfers to roll through here as we go along, but that's okay. So we haven't talked about 15 yet. Let's just go ahead and take a look at it real quick. The last real respite for these guys, double cordial, still a long hole, but a birdie opportunity nonetheless. You got to watch out for some water there if you are unlucky enough to get that 5 on the white die. So let's see. Trent McAdams birdied 14, and he will birdie 15 as well. So it's the best he's played all day. Ian Osborne on the double cordial hole, and he's going to birdie as well. So these guys are really rocking and rolling now. And so Connor Messick at another relatively easy hole, the 14th, and actually be Angelo to go first. Craig Angelo. That cordial, that'll be par. Messick, these guys fell way off by the wayside. That's a 3. And so now Palmiro Cavallari at the 13th. So he's only 4 back, but this is going to be a tough one. Again, you get a white 6 on some of these types of holes here, and really gives you a shot in the arm if he can do that. But he's going to get a 4. That's going to be 55. Golf Cam course, well, he's going to have the decider die helping him out. It's a no, and so it won't be daunting. Green 3 on the par 3. Cordial no, daunting no. It'll be clutch putt for par. 1 to 3, he's got to hope for a low roll here, and he gets the highest of the high rolls, and so he will earn a red chip, and he's going to drop a shot at least. Easy bogey putt, and he does sink that, but he will drop to 6 under, 5 back, and now Alec Newcomb, that'll be a par. And let's see. All right, Tyler Ochoa, who is also at -6, had a nice tournament so far, but he's hitting this stretch of 2 tough holes. He does have 1 blue chip. Would really like to save the other blue chips for later if he can get some more. This is going to be off his card, 255. 12 only has 3 levels of course control, and so he also avoids that exclamation mark in the process. So 255. Legend, no. He's also not a hacker, so we go to Golf Cam green. It's a challenging green, and that's not the way you want to draw it up. That's going to be a clutch putt for bogey. And this far back, he's got to try and make this. And he misses it. He's going to eat up his blue chip. And now an easy double. He does make that, but that's going to ruin Ochoa's tournament. He's going to drop to -4 and is pretty much going to be an afterthought now. The only guys who have survived are really Leonard and Hudspeth for the most part. The other guys have just sort of each had their stretch. Now maybe those 2 will hit their tough spot here soon. We'll see. All right, Trenchard, semi-daunting 2. That'll be a par. All right, so here are your leaders coming to 11. Not the easiest of holes, but ones that could. These guys are playing pretty well, and it will be Gareth Leonard to take it first. 5 degrees of course control. Not much to come off your own card. 46, that'll be in the trees with his first shot on the par 4, and then a 3. Workman, no, he's not a workman. He'll have an easy putt for par. Should be able to knock that putt down. And that is plenty good enough. Both these guys are also sunny. Gareth Leonard earned the gold putting rating earlier on. So here's Hudspeth. That's 11. He'll hit it in the bunker with his approach shot here to the par 4. Can he get up and down? 3 in the par 4. Is he chunky? He is not. He'll have a gimme putt for par, so a nice splash. And basically got to avoid the 3 6s, and he does. And they will remain at -11, so they get through this. And here, tell you what, if Yun Lee Song can start to put something together here, it's going to have to be at this hole. Because he's running. They really need to get something going. He's 5 behind. Heath Summers is only 3 back. But still, you'd like to gain a shot here if you can. So 1-3-5 with a decide or die saying no. Par 5. And I keep losing this. Duffer or puny? He is neither. 1-3-5. Is he champion or hero? Heath Summers is a champion, so he will go to the short game, special short game check. And we will re-roll, or we'll use the green die result. That's a 5. Is he stone? He's not stone. He'll have a moderate putt for birdie. He needs 1 or a 2. Can he make it? It's in the hole. Sommers with a nice timely birdie here at 10. Draws to within 2. And so going to start to apply a little pressure to these 2 guys at the top. They seem to have separated a bit, but now Yun Lee Song so he is lucky. So he can earn a blue chip as he begins each hole if he has none. So he should use these blue chips out if he can. So here's Lee Song. We're going to get something started. And that is a white 5. It's going to be course control 26. Golf cam course. Green 6 on a par 5. Daunting? No. Is he scatter? No, he's not. He'll have a clutch putt for birdie. And he's going to use his blue chip. 1-5 in the hole. And he'll get 1 back as he birdies 10. Both these guys birdie 10. And that's a good way to start the back 9. And he gets a blue chip to start the next hole. Now the trouble with using the blue chips is that you, if he wants to use that lucky trait, it's kind of tough to stack them up doing that. So you can't get 3 or 4 if you're doing it that way, because you only get 1. You have to lose them all to get the 1 back the next hole. So sorry for the delay here. This is your leaderboard as it stands. And let's keep on moving. So we will be getting to the 18th here quicker than normal because we're doing this emerging contender. But Samson Tucker is kind of looks like he might be done emerging because he dropped a shot and is at -8 now. So I forgot to drop him. But so daunting, semi-challenging, 5 degrees of course control. I don't think there's a par 3 here at Avian Wood that is particularly playable or scoreable. So Peninsula hole, you need to carry the water at 200 yards, a nice low fairway wood or a long iron. Of course, some of these guys, they probably hit 7 irons in the 221-yard hole, but you know how that goes. I know the feeling. It's great to be able to hit that 7-iron 250, but anyway. So here's Tucker. Can he... Well, he's not going to get a 6. That's 23. That's in the rough. That's better than the water. But a green 6 again is going to saddle him. The green die on these rolls off the hazard are pretty much killers unless you are extremely good with recovery, because is he a master? He's not. He's going to have another double difficult putt for par, and he's just going to continue to slide here. So Samson Tucker is going to try to make this, try and hang tough, post a score. Needs a 1, and he gets a 4, so that will be a missed double difficult putt for par. So now a difficult bogey 1-3, and he misses that. So now a moderate double. And I'll tell you what, the time you try that is the time this happens. So he is melting down at this point, and we're just taking him right off the chart. That's a triple. He wasn't ready for the bright lights of the camera. That's a triple bogey, and he is, as quickly as he emerged. Yeah, Tucker's not keeping any pressure on. He's gone. So, but I think Summers and Lee Song might have something to say about this. So let's we'll play Tucker out on 18 here in a bit. But he, you know, it's risk reward. I could have lagged Samson, and I decided it would be better to try and see if he can stay up there. And but without any blue chips, you don't even get a chance to try and fend off the trouble spot once you hit it. And he just took a nosedive. So, all right, semi-daunting for let's see, McAdams is next. That'll be 5. That's going to be a par. Someone might question my playing of that the way I did with Samson, but I don't know. It's sometimes I feel like you want to try and give him the best chance to win as opposed to the best chance to just hang out in third place or whatever. So just he had a little fill moment there, and these greens are not easy. All right, where are we? Angelo at the double cordial. This should be a scoring hole, and he will. That'll be a birdie. Messick, he'll also get a birdie. So everybody's birdie in this hole. All right, so Palmero Cavallari, -6. He's got a red chip to eat up here. He needs to either eat it up at 14 or 15. Let's see. He's going to go with black 6 here and eat up the red chip and see how this works out for him. All right, so that's going to be a white 6 is going to give him a par and a, unless he wants to attack the green, he's going to take his par and take a blue chip there. So actually, you can't earn a blue chip if you spend a red chip, right? He's going to have to attack the green. So never mind. He can't take that blue chip and take that par. So he will attack. Spend a red chip so you can't. So we're going to re-roll white on the attack the green chart, and he gets a 6. That's a difficult putt for par. So 1-3 and a 4. Moderate bogey, and he gets the bogey. That's a 5. So Cavallari, some of these guys are just struggling here. And this is a cordial hole. Maybe should have taken the par and eaten it up. That will be a par there. Cordial 4 from Alec Newcomb, who is out of contention. Okay, so yeah, Adam Trenchard. That's the one thing about these out of contention rules. You never end up with double bogeys. Now, this is semi-daunting. He's got a chance at a birdie here if he gets the decide or die saying yes. And it says no, so that'll be a par for Trenchard. Now Tyler Ochoa. He's flirting with out of contention here, and this is not a hole to be flirting with. 34. Golf Cam course. Decide or die says yes, and so that's going to be... We'll have to see how on the par 3 1 on the par 3. Cordial, no. Laser, no. So he'll have a clutch putt for par. He's going to escape the daunting check. So that's good. But he needs a 1 to 3 now. And he gets it. So he'll earn a blue chip and take a par. So Ochoa hanging around. Hudspeth, the only guy who is a back marker who is holding tough here in the teens, or right around the teens. So, but now these leaders are going to hit a little bit of a 2-hole tough stretch here, and let's see how they play it out. Leonard is going to try and let this one rip and see if he can get on the 1 or 2 or 6, and he gets a 3, so it'll be 23. That's in the woods with 2, so he's going to have the exclamation point to deal with. Woods in 2, and then 3. Is he a workman? He's not, so he'll have an easy putt for par. So that's going to be fine. The green 3 helps him, and he almost misses it, but it does go in. And that's a par. He'll stay at -11. Now Hudspeth doesn't have any blue chips. Could use a green, or could use a white 6 here. Oh, and what a call. What a call. It's fun when you start calling those. All right, to 11. So you get these back-to-back holes that are potential relief from the bitter winds of these other holes. And here is Heath Summers. 3 back. And that'll be 24. Rough in 2, but with a 1, he should get a chance at a pin shot here. So 1, is he workman? He's not workman, so he will have a chance at the pin. Needs a 1 to start, and he gets it. Can he get the decide or die to do it? He would knock it in and move to -9. Oh, and he misses, but that will be a gimme par. So, no problems there for Sommers. Almost holes it out. That would have put a little charge into the crowd here. And now Yun Lee Song. 26 Golf Cam course. It's whatever the green die brings up, that he'll be at the mercy of that. 5. Is it daunting? No. Is he scattered? No. He'll have a chance at a birdie, a clutch putt for birdie here. Needs a 1 to 3. He'd tie Heath Sommers at -8 and maybe start to put a little bit of pressure on these leaders. Oh boy, and he just runs by the rim, and he's feeling that little. Knows he let one slip away there. That's a par for Lee Song, and that's basically been the story of his round so far. Okay, back to the leaderboard. Still hasn't changed a lot. Heath Sommers, really the only guy within real touch of the leaders, Gareth Leonard and John Hudspeth. But 14 and 15 do lie ahead for all these golfers, and not only are they potentially scoring holes, you could see some high scores as well. So Samson Tucker going to close out this round on 18. The final dagger in avian wood. That's about the hardest hole you're going to get. 5, control, daunting, challenging. I don't know. There's quite a few course spots on there, so it's not the worst. But there is water. It's and you're going to hit these spaces 5 out of 6 times if you're not playing any blue chips. So here's Tucker. And he finally gets his white 6. Now, he's going to go ahead and attack the green here. He has no real use for a par But he does get control. He does get a chance to attack the green. And what's he going to do here? And he's got, well, the thing is that he's got the workman, which would give him, he would have a moderate chance for birdie if he gets a 1. He's going to try it. Worst thing that could happen is a 4. He gets a 5. That's a moderate putt for par. And he misses that. So stumbles down the stretch. Easy bogey. He gets that, but that will end his round. Let's see, -4. So I'm gonna have to calculate what his. So 284 is his total. I don't know where he started the day, but not good there for Samson Tucker. Actually, no, not -4. It's -3. That'll be 285 -3. Or wait, I was right. I moved him down. Sorry, I just had a brain fart. It's been a long day. All right, so the the emerging contender is no longer emerging. He's emerging from the course to hit the 19th hole and think about what could have been. Daunting for McAdams and Osborne. Daunting. 5 will be a potential bogey. And that's exactly what it is. So McAdams with a little problem down the stretch here. Ian Osborne, that will be a par. It'll be Craig Angelo, fresh off a birdie, semi-daunting. 5 will be a par. Messick. And that'll be a birdie, right? No, that will also be a par. Yeah, Steve, I'll tell you what, a 2-man finish is better than a 1-man finish. So, but we still have a lot of time here. And it could turn into that, or it could turn into a 3-man. We'll see. All right, back to double. So here we got Cavallari. He has bogeyed 2 in a row. Really needs to turn it around here, but it'll be Newcomb first. Double cordial 1, that's a birdie. Let's see if Cavallari can follow suit here. $114. That's probably a good roll on a par 5. Let's see. Is he gilded? Nope. Oh, but he is cold. He's going to have a 2-putt for par, and it's just going to automatically give him a par there. So that's a devious chance here. 114. You figure you at least have a chance at a moderate birdie. Gilded? He's not gilded. But you come across here, is he cold? And he's bogeyed the last 2 holes. That sets him to be cold. And that kind of sucks. For him. Kind of been the way a lot of these holes have gone. So Trenchard at the cordial 14th. And a chance at a bogey here. And he pars it. Actually, I'll wait until after we get done with this roundabout here of holes. Tyler Ochoa at -4 way back. Much promise to start the day, and almost gets 45. That's going to be in the sand in his tee shot. So can he come through that? Sand tee shot 2. Is he sandy? He's not. He'll have an easy second putt for par. Just avoid the 6s there, Tyler. And he does. All right, apologies again for having the... I had it set up to be able to play the... I wanted a live stream from a particular link, and I guess this encoder does not work with those setups. So I've got to figure out how I'm going to do that in the future. Just have to do a little bit of testing to ensure that that works. But we're here. We're going. We're going to finish this out. The leaders now, Gareth Leonard, John Hudspeth, tied at -11. And they're to this, the last tough hole of this stretch before you hit a couple easier holes, and then you finish it out with 16, 17, 18, which are real bears. Here is Leonard. I'd like to hold on to these blue chips for a while if you can. And it'll be 12. That'll be rough off the tee. Par 3 and a 4. Is he a workman? He's not. He'll have a moderate putt for par. 1 to 5 to keep it at -11. And no problems there with that putt. Straight in. Lots of speed and right in the center of the cup. Here is Hudspeth. And that's going to be also in the rough off the tee. And it's the same check. He's not workman either. Can he avoid the 6? Moderate putt for par. And he does. So these guys get through 12 and 13 without a flinch. And now it will be Heath Summers, 3 back. Now he's got to try and get through this 2-hole stretch with like a 1 or a 2 or a 6 right here on the white die, and he gets a 5. 25 golf cam course. Semi-daunting will not be daunting here, so that's good. No, decider die says it's not. And par 4, green 1. Cordial hole, no. Laser golfer, no, he's not that either, so he'll have a clutch putt for par. He's gold. He can earn a blue chip if he gets a 1 to 5. And he does hole it out. And I think Yunli Song can't have a red chip. So he's going to get a blue chip because he's lucky. So there we go. Back at 12. He is lucky, so he gets to exercise the demons. And I probably should have given him a chip on 11. But so that's, in other words, I think I forgot to give him a chip on 11. So by not doing that, and he earned the red chip. If he had had a blue chip, well, first off, I would have used it, but then he wouldn't have earned a red chip. He would get the blue chip anyway. So if you get the picture, he should still have a blue chip here to start 12. And that's not just because I'm trying to help him out, because I'm not. But 16, that'll be golf cam course. Decide or die again says no. Cordial, no. Daunting, no. That'll be a clutch putt for par, and he might as well use it. So 1 to 5, and he makes it. He'll get another blue chip to start the next hole. Okay. So we got to get these out of contention guys through 18. But we're starting to get the leaders into the 2 scoring holes that will sort of build to the finish. So here is Ian Osborne at 18. Daunting. 4 will be a par to close it out. Wow. Look at that. Pretty nice back 9 for Osborne. 1 under par. Goes with a 41 on the front. 35 and 41 is 76. That's going to be a 281 minus 7. Is that right? Let me see. 281 minus 7. That doesn't make any sense. Just a moment. My math is off here somewhere. Let's make that 291. That makes more sense. 291. Let's double check that. Yeah, 291. That is a +3. That sounds more like it. He was +5 on the front. All right, now Trent McAdams to close out. Daunting. 1, chance at a birdie. And no such luck. All right, even par on the back. 36. 72 overall. And that'll be 287 minus 1. All right. I'm off the clock at my job, so my math skills, I kind of check them at the door. Just kidding. All right, Craig Angelo, 17, daunting, 1. Another chance at a birdie here. Angelo gets it. Nice birdie on 17. That's a rare find. Might as well roll this decide or die with it too. Connor Messick, and that will be a bogey. Okay, so now Cavallari and Newcomb. Newcomb first, birdied 15. Semi-daunting. Let's go ahead and roll this guy just in case. That'll be a par. And now Cavallari, 3 holes to play, -5. 36, rough and 2. Green 1 should earn him a chance at a chip-in. Nice lie in the rough. He's not a workman, so let's re-roll the white die and see what comes up here. Can he get a 1? Nope, that's a 3. That'll be an easy putt for par. Oh, and he fluffs that one. And now a gimme putt for bogey for Cavallari. Wheels coming off here. A lot of these golfers have found some real struggles. All right, so we have now Adam Trenchard, double cordial. Let's roll the decide or die just for giggles, and that will be a par. So Tyler Ochoa, -4. Uh, 3, 5, 6. Finally, we get a shot that's off of a player card. Scatterer Puny, nope. Hero, nope. Champion, nope. It'll be Mood. He has no mood. I think this is our first mood roll of the day. Green 6, that's not going to work out for him. Sunny, no. It'll be a difficult putt for par. Got to hold on to that blue chip. He's got to make it 1-3. And there it is. In the hole. He'll be sunny the rest of the round. Sunny. All right, so here we go. Can either of these guys pick up some significant ground on the other? It's going to be Leonard first at the cordial semi-direct par 4 14th. And it's going to be off the course card. It'll be Golf Cam course, green 6. Well, it's not daunting. He'll have a clutch putt for birdie. He's gold. He can earn another blue chip if he makes this 1-5. Oh, when he misses it, he's going to eat up a blue chip. Horrible luck. And so now he needs an easy par putt. So he misses a golden opportunity there. He'll make a par, but the gold rating on his putting does not help him out there. John Hudspeth now with an opening. Also with a white 5, and now 14. Oh, and he just misses the water. He'll be in the rough with his tee shot. Green 2. Is he a master? He's not. He'll have a moderate second putt for par. He's got to make this 1-5. And he's in the hole. All right. A little nervy here from these two fellas. Still in good shape. It's going to be Heath Sommers first to play here at 13, the par 3. Another tough par 3 on this course, and he will earn a blue chip and take his par. Now Yun Lee Song, love a white 1 here. Gets a 2. That's a 46. Golf Cam course. Won't be daunting. That's the good news. So that's an easy putt for par. Just has to avoid the double 6, the high roll as they call it, and he does. Okay, So, no real changes here at the top of the leaderboard. Still with Leonard and Hudspeth holding steady. Both birdied 10, have parred 4 in a row each. And we're starting to get towards the end of the line here for this tournament. I'm going to see out Craig Angelo and Connor Messick here at 18. Angelo first with a birdie on 17. Daunting hole. That'll be a par. 2 under on the back, 34. That'll be 71, a 1 under on his round. Not bad for Angelo. That'll be a 286 minus 2, correct? That is right. That's not right. Oh, because he had a 37 on. Never mind. 100. No, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, I know why. Never mind. Okay, well. That's okay. I did a little. We're okay. Let's not worry about it. Hey there, Dave. Let's see. So Messick now. I gotta do a little bit of adjustment here. What am I doing here? What am I doing? Yeah, this is the best. So I realized I made a little bit of a boo-boo here, but we can pretty quickly make amends for that with a 208, 209, 210, 211, 212, and 213. And so now I'm going to have to adjust the scores that I've brought forth here. That will help a little bit. All right, so that's going to be a 285 for McAdams. That is a 3 under par. And now 76, that'll be 289 minus or plus 1 for Osborne. All right, so that makes sense. And now 71 for Angelo is going to be a 284. That's a minus 4, and that makes sense. All right, we're in good shape. A little bit of my math going into the final round wasn't quite there, but that's okay. 3 on a daunting hole will be a par. And so Connor Messick, 1 over par, 37. That's 74 on the round. That's 2 over par. And that's a 286 minus 2. So, not the round he was looking for. So what did I do? Just so everybody has a chance to learn from this. What I did, I had. So what's the easier thing to do here? What I had done, first off, 210, 209 and 210 are the A+ scores that are recommended. So I had 210 for Lee Song because I rolled the decider die. It was no. My trouble is that when you do your strokes back, you should subtract that number from 216. Instead, I subtracted it from 218. This is a par 72 course. 3 rounds. A par 72 is 216. So it would have. I should have started this at -6 instead of -8. Instead, I started -8. So I'm adjusting their scores down a bit. So everything's going to be a little lower than it should be but it's going to be by 2 strokes. It's my mistake, but I don't think it's gonna. It's gonna. Let's see. What was my target score? 279 minus 9. So we're not too far off from that. It shouldn't be. Shouldn't be a terrible problem, but not the best way to conduct your business. Messing things up. So that's going to be a par for Newcomb, out of contention. Leonard and Hudspeth still your leaders. Oh, we need to roll off Cavallari here, who is, let's see, he started at -4, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -6, -5. Yeah, he's at -4, playing another tough par 3, and it's going to be 16 in the. He's going to find the green. So a 16. That is water, except there's an asterisk there. And if the decider die is a bullet, you get to use Golf Cam Green, and that's what he gets. So, but that is also going to lend itself to a challenging green. 2 friendly, no challenging. Yes, it'll be a clutch putt for par for Cavallari. He needs a 1 to 3. And it's a 6. He's going to have a red chip to take into 18. He's got to use that on 18. So now, easy bogey, and he makes that. We'll play him out 18, even though he is 8 back and probably way out of contention. Hi, Mike. Hi, Al. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. Good to see everybody who is out. We've got quite a few here on the channel. Trying to get this closed out in another 20 minutes here. We probably will be close. Let's see. Trenchard at the start of the hell stretch. And it will be a 2 on a semi-daunting hole. That's a par. Now, Tyler Ochoa, who has dropped off the board here quite a bit. He's down at -4. And that'll be 15. That's in the trees. But a green 1, in the trees and 1, a green 1 should give him a wow shot unless he has something bite him, and it doesn't. So he'll earn a second blue chip with the green 1. Wow. Which might come in handy on 17 or 18. Now what's he going to do? Re-roll. White die. Can he get a 1? He gets a 6. That's going to be a difficult putt for birdie. He'll roll it out. Needs a 1. Gets a 4. Now a moderate putt for par. And that does hole out. So still with the blue chips. Like 3D Earl with the card. Woo! Woo! Okay, 15. Last scoring hole here. This may come down to who survives 16, 17, 18, because these guys might both birdie 15 here. All right, Gareth Leonard. He will birdie. He'll take a birdie. He's gonna take the white 6, double cordial birdie. Does not get a blue chip for that, but he will rise to -12. And now can Hudspeth follow up here and do the same thing himself? Let's see. It's going to be 135 on the par 5. 135. Duffer or puny? He's not that. Champion or hero? He is a champion. He's going to have a special short game check. Green 3. Is he stone? He's not. He'll have an easy putt for birdie. So a 1 to 4. He has a blue chip. He wants to hold on to it. 1 to 4 in the hole. And they will go to 16 tied at -12. A 4-shot lead over the pack. And just show it here real quick. There you are. Let's see what Lee Song and Heath Somers can do here on this stretch. Can they keep up. They just never have not gotten anything going today. Here's Sommers with 2 blue chips. And he'll get a third. He'll take it. Not going to attack the green here. He could. Yeah, he's gonna take a blue chip and take a par here. Heading to 15. Lee Song now. He gets a blue chip for being lucky. Hey, and he also will get a par here. You know what? Lee Song is going to throw caution to the wind. He's going to attack the green here. He's 5 back with 5 to play. He's going to take be a bit aggressive here. Doesn't really have the recovery chances to be able to get an easy birdie putt here, but he could get a moderate. And he gets a moderate birdie opportunity. Will he use his blue chip or will he hold on to it? He's gonna use it. He gets a new one next time. So here we go. 1 to 4, easy birdie putt. Oh, and he gets hard done by the green die. So now that will be a gimme par. And it doesn't look like Yun Lee Song is going to win his 4th tournament of the year. So he threw away his blue chip that he had there. Of course, he gets another one here on the next hole, so we don't have to worry about that. But, okay, so it'll be Cavallari and Newcomb finishing up here. Newcomb first. Daunting 18th. That'll be a par. 2 under on the back, 9 for Newcomb. 34. 39 on the front, though. That's 73 overall. That'll be a 285 minus 3. He'll finish down there probably with Cavallari, who I'm going to have play out this hole. Cavallari could go below Newcomb on this hole. And he's going to use the red chip now and give the course control. It's already going to give him control anyway, unless he rolls a 6. 55, golf cam course. It's daunting, though. That's probably going to mean it's going to mean a clutch putt for bogey. Sure enough, he's going to end up below. Now he can't earn a red chip here, and he makes it anyway. So, but 4 over on the back, 40 to go with a 2 under, 34 on the front. That's a 74. And that's going to be 286 minus 2. Bad round there for Cavallari. So, what are we at? We're at 53 minutes into this video. So Adam Trenchard at 17. Daunting par. Tyler Ochoa has 2 blue chips. He will use them on 18. Well, let's see what happens if he attacks the green here, because he can only use 2 blue chips on 18. 5 would be a double difficult putt for birdie. Well, he will use the green die roll there of 5, and he's going to go for a double difficult birdie putt. Needs a 1 and a decider die. If he gets that, he would still get a blue chip. He can't use it, but he would get it. And he misses that. So now that's going to leave a difficult... Actually, why don't... No, it's too late now. I was going to say I should have lagged it, but now a difficult par, and it's in the hole, so it doesn't get bitten there by taking that. So he keeps his blue chips. He'll have a chance at maybe trying to conquer 18 instead of be conquered. Okay, so Leonard and Hudspeth minus 12, going to 16. This tough stretch of holes, and it will be Leonard first. That'll be 35. That'll be Golf Cam course. Decider die says it's not daunting, so that will be an easy putt for par for Leonard. He'll get to keep his blue chip. And it's in the hole. And now John Hudspeth. And that'll be 23. And decide or die bullet ball stays dry. Whew. 23. That's what we got here. A 23. That is a 2. It's tough to see that silver die, or that metallic. But that is a 2. 23. Looks like he puts it in the water, but it just stays out. So it'll be in the rough with his second shot. His approach shot almost finds the drink. Now, green 4. Workman. He's not Workman. He'll have a moderate putt for par. Needs a 1-5 here to stay at minus 12 with Leonard in the hole. And catches a real break there. Okay, to 15 with Sommers and Lee Song. Here is Heath Sommers. Double cordial hole here. 4-6-6 on the par 5. Is he a shaper? He is. He will hit the heck out of it. That is a nice long drive, but a green 6 is probably going to leave it a little less than optimal here. Is he a hacker? He's not. He'll have strong applause, so that's not too bad, but he'll have to be hoping for a good re-roll of white here to get a chance at a birdie. And he gets a 1. He'll have a moderate attempt at birdie. 4 shots back. He's going to roll the dice here on a 1-2 moderate birdie. He's about 20 feet out here, maybe 15 feet. Can he do it? Oh, bam! In the hole. Sommers keeps his blue chips and moves to within 3. Not bad. Yun Lee Song earns a blue chip for being lucky. And that's a 3-5-6 for him. What will that spell on this hole? Scatter or puny? No, he's not. Hero. He is hero. He'll get another blue chip for being a hero. And we go to the green 5 on the regular gallery cheers. Hacker, no. He'll have a moderate putt for birdie as well. Can you get another 1-2 here? Boom. Putts are falling now. And so, a little closer. Still not really much within striking distance, but hey, you never know. With these holes here, you could see some real topsy-turvy stuff. Down the stretch they come, and all of the action is on this really difficult stretch of holes. Trenchard will play first here on the daunting 18th. Out of contention, he will get a par. And that's a 74 on his for his final round. That's going to be a 285 minus 3. Now Tyler Ochoa, he's going to use both blue chips to take control of this himself and see if he can find pay dirt here. At the very least, a par, maybe a birdie. He would, if he could birdie this, he would get into the top 10, or the top 5, I mean. That's a 1-2-6 on the par 4. It's not a direct green, and he is not stone, so it'll be mood, and he is sunny. Green 1 anyway, we'll check if he is stormy, so that's going to work out well for him. Give me putt for birdie. That's exactly what he was hoping for with the green 1, and so all he's got to do is avoid the high roll, and Ochoa gets a top 5 finish. Learning experience for this qualifier, but a double bogey on 12 really set him back in this one. But all in all, a 73 on this tough course, and that's not bad at all for a relative newcomer. That is a 283 minus 5, and he's going to be in the top 5, so congratulations to him. Well played, 18th hole for Tyler Ochoa. We'll see if anybody else gets the opportunity to do that. 17, Gareth Leonard. 1 blue chip for each of these guys. They've matched each other on the back 9. 2 under par. Tee shot here at the par 3 17th. That's going to be on, well, it's going to be golf cam course. Green 5. Is it cordial? No. Is it daunting? Yes. It'll be a clutch putt for par for Leonard. He could earn a second blue chip with his gold putting. He could also lose the blue chip he has. 1 to 5, he needs to make this for par. And he does barely sink it. And he gets a second blue chip to use on 18. That is going to be his friend. And John Hudspeth, he would take a white 6 here right now if he could get it. Oh, and I'm calling him here sometimes. That is a par. He will remain minus 12, and these guys will both have a chance to attack 18. Take it in their own control and see what dials up. So Heath Sommers now at 16. Sommers has 3 blue chips. He can use one on one of these holes here to try and better a putt. 45, that'll be in the rough off the tee. Green 5, is he a master? He's not. He's going to have a difficult putt for par. And he will use a blue chip to make it moderate, and he makes it. Maybe a little ill-advised strategy there, but with a difficult putt for par, he'd like to take his chances on a better opportunity on 17. Lee Song, that'll be 26 in the bunker off the tee. So can he recover from that? Green 5. Is he sandy? He's not. He'll have a difficult putt for par himself. He has to go for the straight up par. 1 to 3. And he sinks it. So, yeah, I mean, missing putts here. You're 3 shots back to Ochoa. You're probably not going to cost yourself much money in going for a couple of these. But, okay, so here we go. The 18th for the leaders. Both these guys can take control of this hole. Who is going to... Can either of these guys get a birdie, or are we going to go to a playoff? That's the question. Maybe both of them will. So let's take the chips from Leonard. And on a daunting hole, you need 2 of them, and he uses 2 of them to take control of the 18th. And he gets trip 2s. That is a special result for Gareth Leonard. That could be good, that could be bad. Let's see how this works out on the par 4. So we've got level 1 special results. We roll 2 D6s, and let's see what comes up here on the special result for Gareth Leonard. 15. Failed sand wedge, rolls back into bunker, second wedge onto green, leaving a difficult putt for bogey. If missed, golfer is stormy the rest of the round. Difficult putt for bogey. That is horrible luck for Leonard. Needs a 1 to 3 just to save bogey and hope Hudspeth has the same fate. And he gets it. So not stormy, but that's a bogey. That's a horrible finish there for Leonard. And now Hudspeth with a chance to par it and win. So 1 under par, 35 on the back, but that might be 1 short. 68 on his round. Leonard with a 277, is that right? Yeah, 77 minus 11. All right, drops down minus 11. Now Hudspeth with the same opportunity here has 2 blue chips to use. Can he get a par and win it? Just needs a par here. 1, 2, 4. Avoids the special result. That may be half the battle at this point. 1, 2, 4. Is he a duffer? He is not. Firm green, no. We're going to go golf cam green. That's no laughing matter either, because it's a challenging green too. Friendly, no. Challenging. He needs a clutch putt for par to win this, and he does not have a blue chip. He needs a 1, 2, or 3. Can he sink this? John Hudspeth. He would also earn a red chip and need to make a moderate putt for bogey if he misses this. Oh, and he missed it. And now he uses the red chip because you cannot. That's the only hole you can use a red chip, so he's got to downgrade his easy par, or his easy bogey to moderate bogey. Now he needs a 1 to 5. And he does make that. Looks like we're going to a playoff unless Heath Summers pulls something out of his bum. Oh boy, a 35 on the back for Hudspeth as well. He chokes a little bit on the back 9. 68 as well. 277 minus 11. Looks like a playoff for these guys unless something strange happened. Hey there, Joaquin. Okay. Heath Summers, 17th. Well, here's the deal for Heath Summers. If he birdies twice, he ties. That's what he needs. Needs 2 birdies. And how do we work that? Well, the way you work that is you have to get lucky on this one, I guess. Catch a break here. What you need is golf cam course, and you need where you're checking to see if it's I'm not sure there's any way to do it here, but we'll see. 26, that's going to be golf cam course for sure. Green 3, but it's daunting, so that's going to be a clutch putt for bogey for Summers, and 1 to 5, he makes it, so he'll earn another blue chip, but it gets him nowhere. He'll drop into a tie with Lee Song, and that's pretty much going to do it for him. Yun Lee Song, maybe should have used the blue chips there, but don't know. 36, that'll be in the rough. This might be a better, well, no, with a green 5, probably not. Master, he's not a master. Difficult putt for par. 1 to 3, and he makes it. So We're going to finish up 18 here, and then we're going to do 18, and then 16, and then 17, and then 18 again. That'll be our rotation for the playoff. Start with 18. So Gareth Leonard does not pay for his special result problem. Yunli Song takes control of this 18th hole. Didn't need to roll the white die, by the way. 2, 3, 6. It's not a duffer. Well, it's going to be golf. It's going to be a short game check 3. He's not soft. He'll have an easy putt for par. Actually, yeah, that'll be easy. Easy putt for par to finish it off. And he almost missed it, but back 9 of 34 for Lee Sung. Follows up a 38 with it, so he leaves himself with a 72 even par. Not what he had hoped for. 280 minus 8. Heath Sommers with more than enough blue chips. He's just going to throw them all in here because he can't use them all anyway. But he's going to use 2 to take control himself. And 2, 2, 6 for Sommers. Can he pull out a solo third out of this? Yeoman or Gilded? Nope. Champion. He is champion. He'll have an easy putt for birdie. Just needs to make a 1 to 4, and he will grab solo third. Ah, and he does. So that'll make the problem at 17 hurt a little less. Although that makes him even think if he had somehow birdied 17, he might be in that playoff. So 34 on the back. That's a 69 for Sommers. Not bad. Not bad at all, but not good enough. That's a 270. Minus 7, minus 8, minus 9, minus 10. Well, that's what, that's too bad, but that's okay. He actually finishes at minus 10, so I guess I forgot to move his card there along the way. That bogey kills him. He only needed to birdie 1 of them, and he couldn't scrounge a par on 17. He needed a clutch putt, right? And he couldn't get it. No, he needed a clutch putt for bogey. He needed to take control of... He could only take control of 1 of the 2. That was his trouble. He had 3 chips, and he couldn't have taken control of both. So we've got Hudspeth and Leonard. Leonard still has his gold putting. That's going to be your playoff here. Let's get these other cards out of the way. Pretenders. No blue chips left for anybody right now, so... Okay, I'll see you. So, let's see. Leonard finished first, so we will... Actually, yeah. Their 18s were extremely similar, except Hudspeth eagled 7 and bogeyed 9. Those were the only differences. Quite stark. Same group and everything. So let's move this over a little bit. Leonard and Hudspeth, and we will, so as is my tradition usually, when I do a playoff, I will use the match play chart to ensure that we I want it to feel a little bit more like golf, like an actual playoff. So, all right, our first move. So Gareth, Leonard, and then Hudspeth. So that was our order coming off. So we're going to play the white and the black. Whoever is lower. So white and black. Whoever's lower will be the first to hit. Basically, win the coin toss and. Well, whoever wins the coin toss, they decide that whoever gets the lowest And so it will be Leonard to go first. So we'll give him blue, give Hudspeth green, and we will see what happens here. They're going to go off of they're going to have no blue chips here to work with. So here we go. 18. Can someone get a par and win this? 25 is going to be golf cam course for Leonard. Green 5. Daunting hole it is, so that'll be a double difficult putt for par for Gareth Leonard. And we have an exclamation mark. You can't make it any harder than double difficult, so that's where it's at. So now John Hudspeth. If he were to get a white 6 here, that would put a fork in this. That's about the only roll that really assures him of anything here. And that's a 2. There's a 46 in the woods off the tee, but a green 1. Green 1, when you get a hazard roll, is basically a get-out-of-jail-free card unless you've got some kind of a really bad rating on your card. And so the green 1 with a 46, woods in 1, is he workman? He is not workman. He will have a wow swing. He'll get a blue chip. Now anything that he gets here will be 1 degree of difficulty more difficult. But here we go. We're going to re-roll white. Lower the better on the wow. And here is the wow chart if you're wondering. Now we have to downgrade anything. The only thing I don't downgrade is in the hole, which would be you have to roll 1 and then you have to roll a 1 again. So here we go. It is 3. That will be a moderate putt for birdie for Hudspeth. X moderate. So that'll be a 1 to 2. So he's going to have 2 putts to win most likely. Now Gareth Leonard, double difficult putt for par, so that's a 1. Hudspeth a 1 to 2. So based on the order, that means Leonard goes first. And so Leonard is going to have to try and sink this. Get out the green die. He needs a 1 to make this, because Hudspeth is almost certainly going to 2-putt this. Here we go. Need a 1. And it's a 2. That is disappointing. So now he has a difficult putt for bogey. And that all but... that's going to... So what do we got here? We have Hudspeth with a blue chip. He can use the blue chip now to make it easy birdie. 1 to 4. Can he win it with the birdie in fashion here on 18? He does! John Hudspeth, a new winner on the tour. He closes out the first playoff hole with a birdie on 18. You don't see that too often on this hole. That is the 3rd birdie of the final 12 golfers, actually 13 golfers. Ochoa got one, Sommers got one, and now Hudspeth got one. First playoff hole. I got to write this down, and we'll just give Leonard the bogey. He will finish 2nd. John Hudspeth, winner of the 2018 Carolina Open. He secures his tour card for 2 years with a 4B win. And not a bad card. He does have some gildedness there, but doesn't come to hurt him here in this tournament. Just basically lucky to end up in the final pairings, and his card, he matches basically blow for blow with Leonard. And when Lee Song took a tumble right off the start, he got the eagle at 7, which made him really start to wonder if he had a chance. Then he birdied 8 and then 9. He took the bogey to drop back into the tie with Leonard. They matched cards through the end, and then a birdie on 18 for an improbable win for Hudspeth. A little bio on John Hudspeth. From the he's an American, 34 years old, former college standout, journeyman, does well enough to remain on the tour. Well, guess what? He wins and will remain on the tour for a couple of years. So, woo! I like that. I don't know about y'all, but I find a back marker or two winning to be quite exhilarating. We had Nishiki Kawahara win one recently, or not recently, win one early in the year. And now we have John Hudspeth. We've had John Westinghouse, who was in the threes. We've had Greer Copeland III. I think he's also a 3. But aside from Kawahara, we haven't had anybody higher than 4. And so that concludes our final round here. Some exciting golf, some really nip and tuck action here from Leonard and Hudspeth. They just went back and forth, but what a finish. So couple things. Al, Red Sox fan, just started up a live stream for I believe it's maybe football. Go check him out. He's a friend of the channel, and while he does the computer gaming, we're all in the same kind of simming interests here. So if you ever have interest in computer games, or if not, maybe it's something that you'd maybe get a little bit of delight in seeing how a game plays on the computer rather than on the tabletop. But I do have plans for a 2019 tour, just to get back to the Tenacious Golf Tour here. It'll probably not be until we change over to 2019, but my inclination is probably to I may recreate these cards, which will take me some time, but I'm probably going to, my theory on doing this is I'm going to have a priority rank based on finish for all these guys, and I'm going to replace tournament ranking with that. And I think on the new cards, I'm also going to try and use, there are some trait progression models out there, charts and stuff. I may go ahead and I will do that with many of these golfers, but I'll probably then morph these golfers into new cards, and I will likely give them well, whether I put them on the cards or not, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to introduce, my theory on this is to introduce a tournament by tournament randomness to the tournament rating, if you will, so that for instance, let's say Dustin Emmerich were to finish number 1. It could be Yun Lee Song. Let's say Yun Lee Song, he finishes in 4th place here. He's got a good beat on first place in the tour money list or points list or whatever. Let's say he's number 1. I'd like for him to have a chance to be downgraded many places, maybe even down into close to 125 for a tournament, maybe 3, maybe 5, I don't know. There may be many tournaments where he is rated number 1, but I also want to have a continuum where, let's say number 125 could actually be lifted up into the. So let's take it in terms of tournament rating instead. Let's say you take a 1A, like maybe for one tournament, they would drop to a 5A or 5B, but then they'd be back to 1A for the next one, and you'd have another random generation of a coefficient that it might keep them at 1, but it also might drop them down to 2 this time. Just to try and vary it some. So that's my theory at the moment. But again, I would also like to have it where you sort of have this. I'm still theorizing it, so there's no patents or anything like that. But my theory is to have maybe a continuum from 1 to 1,000 of random numbers that are generated. And so for the 1s and maybe the 2s, or the 1s, sort of the center point is going to be around maybe 200, maybe 250. And for the 125s, or let's say the 5s, 6s, maybe 4s, it might be closer to 750. And so let's say the random number for a 5A hits 250. Well, maybe that moves them up to a 2B for that tournament. Okay, but let's say it's a 1 and they hit 250. Well, it would keep them at 1. Let's say you have that 5A and they hit 25 on the random number generator. That might move them up to 1B. Whereas, again, you can't really have any movement if you're up there in the 1s. If you're a 1 and you get 25, you don't have any movement at all. You basically stay there. Now, if you end up at 600 and you're a 5, you might move up to 4A. If you're a 1 and you get hit 600, you're going to drop down to a 3B or something like that. You see how I'm doing that? It would skew to try and provide a more fluctuation and maybe some more surprise results, which I feel like would more honestly mimic golf in reality. Now, I don't know how that's going to work out when it comes to then playing off of this chart right here. But in my mind, that's kind of where I'm thinking. I think Keith's model is extremely good if you are playing out a replay of a tour season, a PGA Tour season. Especially one where you've got a Tiger Woods or a Jack Nicklaus or, I don't know, Ben Hogan, or someone who is just going to dominate and be in every telecast. Or let's say in 60, 2/3 of the telecasts. I think that model works really well. Even if you're, let's say you did the 80s, I think, or the 2000 stars. Again, the 2000 stars is going to be right in Tiger Woods' wheelhouse. He's going to be finishing in every tournament. I've had some discussions with Benny Blades about this, and I think for someone who, but now for the pro national golf sets, I think, now here's the other trouble is that you kind of need to have some programmed spreadsheets. It almost has to take some of your tabletop experience away, which that's where I'm sort of like hedging, because it's great. Most of what we like about this is being able to play it on the tabletop. The more you go to that model, the more you've got to take it away from that, and you end up being, in a model where you've got to have a PC sitting right next to you. You're rolling on the cut round chart, it says top golfer, and you've got to have the numbers there in front of you to say who is the top golfer, rather than just being able to look through quickly. And so again, that's sort of the beauty of the system that Keith and his, I don't know how History Maker Golf was developed. I assume that there are a number of play testers as well as co-developers that probably had some input into the game engine. The beauty of this game engine is that it's right there in front of you. The downside that I find, it's a minor downside, but it is a downside, is that it makes it kind of tough to have variety, enough variety in your final pairings when you're playing a fictional tour, and especially you're gonna know right up front who your top 10 is going to be. All you got to do is look. Are they a 1? If they're a 1, they're going to be in your top 10. Are they a 2? They're going to be in your top 25. Are they a 3? They're going to be in that sort of 26 to 50, maybe 75 range. If they're a 4, they're going to be somewhere in the 65, 70, 75 range, up to 125, maybe even 140, and then you're going to have 5s in that 120 to 164. That's the number of cards that are in the set, I believe. Maybe 162. I think it's 164. And sort of that's it. That's going to be your spread. You kind of have it, you don't know how those are going to sort out. We've had Yunli Song at 1B seem to dominate 1A Dustin Emmerich so far. But Emmerich has won a couple tournaments recently. We'll see. He got. It was somewhat nice to see him get into the draw pile in the third round, so he ended up being sort of put back. So that created a little bit more variety. We didn't get him. Maybe we got Hudspeth instead, and Hudspeth ends up winning the tournament, which to me creates some extra interest, because, like I said, I think at times you want to have a little more flair, and so that's another thing. I've also had. I know that part of the discussion can be about time off, and I've given Emmerich a lot of time off on this tour, just like Tiger Woods always took a lot of time off from the Pro Tour. That's how guys had a chance until you got to the Tour Championship to maybe have a chance to sneak it from him, was that he just played maybe 12 official events out of 30-some. So, but anyway, now we're up to an hour 30. I guess I should close it out here. But, yeah, this is going to wind down. We have the Tenacious Pro Showcase next. That'll be at Phones, which is not these things that you talk into and call your buddy and say, "Hey man, how you doing?" No, that's not kind of Phones we got. It's Fownes. It's in the Oakmont district of Pittsburgh, if you want to get a clue to where or what that course is modeled after. We don't have a Belle Reve equivalent. I wanted to play it at Belle Reve, but there's no Belle Reve created masterpiece by Play or any of the other designers. I guess I could have designed it myself, but I didn't. So we're going to go with the most suitable major course that's had a PGA Championship. They haven't had Phones. Oh, come on. Hasn't had a PGA Championship in a long time, but that won't stop us. I'm interested to see what the next packs will bring for Keith and company. If they will look to maybe try and add more major courses. Maybe they'll do an international pack. We'll see. It's always good to add a couple of British Open courses. But it's also nice to get a couple of... I feel like the... Oh, so one on my wish list is TPC Avenel, mostly because it was a course that was in the PGA, the EA Sports PGA Tour Golf from way back in the day. Kind of a classic. It has some risk, has some reward holes. Thinking of a real short par 4 that everybody loved to challenge. It also, I'll tell you what would be neat with this 80 set. The trouble is finding data on them, because I don't think they have tournaments anymore. But something like Kingsmill in Virginia would be another neat course. It used to have the Kingsmill tournament there. Some neat holes. Again, some risk reward. Some tough holes near the James River. I think it's the James River. Some other classic courses that aren't really used so much anymore. Castle Pines. That should be right up Keith's alley. Castle Pines. That's where the International was staged for many years, up in Colorado. A great risk-reward course. At that altitude, some great par 5s for reaching in 2. Some maybe double eagle chances. I think in a modified Stableford, a double eagle's a +8. If I recall correctly, which is a game changer. So let's see, any other courses that come to mind that would be good. What's the course in Chicago? Well, there's Cog Hill, but that doesn't really get... The Western Open used to be held at another course. I think it has a tree name in it as well. Oak Tree? That doesn't sound right. But I guess you would say, if I can't remember the name, it's not classic enough. what else? I've got a runny nose here and I'm being goofy. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's not that many that have been phased out, and I mean, leave in the comments if you're watching the end of this and have any thought. Westchester. Oh, Westchester, another great course, gem of a course. I don't think they use that anymore. That used to be a classic. Was it Travelers? No, that wasn't it. It was an insurance company course though, or an insurance. It was sponsored by an insurance company, I believe. Maybe the Hartford Open was in Hartford, I think. Maybe that was at TPC Connecticut or whatever that's called. Yeah, I mean, so you've got some courses like that are good. Obviously, we got. I mean, that's another thing. Again, you have to thank Keith because he's got some courses that are relatively classic. Congressionals in there, good stuff with that. Colonial, obviously the Rivieras and the Pebbles and the all those, just good stuff. So, but anyway, let's just say one final time here. If you could hit subscribe, really appreciate that. We keep edging towards 1,000, which is sort of a real milestone for us. So anybody who is willing to hit that subscribe button, we love you. If you could also like the video here, if you got something out of this, if you were entertained by the golf coverage, if you weren't turned off by all of the rambling for the last 10-15 minutes, hit the like button. I'd love it. Tabletop Earl would love it too. He said he is gearing up for some more videos here in the very near future, so just be ready for that, because he's been a little busy lately, but he has plans to get her back up and going here pretty soon. He's pumped in a little bit of stuff here and there, but yeah. So be on the lookout for some more golf here shortly. I am really trying to push this to the end. So anyway, thanks a lot, everybody. Good night. Hope you all have a good rest, relaxation. I'm gonna go get some and get all the stuff figured out tomorrow, all the leaderboard updates, and then we will start gearing up for phones for the Tenacious Pro Showcase. It's the PGA Championship, except it's not. That's what we just had. Bellerive. It was a great tournament. Brooks Koepka, your champion Tiger, gives it a run. Gives it a real good run. But anyway, have a good night, everybody. Again, thanks for watching, and keep those dice rolling. Enjoy your sports on the tabletop, and we will see you soon.